Welcome to In This Season podcast, where we unpack the most empowering conversations, have exclusive and inspirational interviews, and host special events. Join Tammy, some call her Butterfly, and explore life's purpose by learning how to embrace each season of your life with confidence, strength, and purpose. Whether you're blooming in the spring, or shining in the summer, or embracing change in the fall, or gracefully hibernating in the winter, get ready to be inspired. Join us right here on this season of In This Season podcast with your host, the Butterfly. It's time, no matter what season it is.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Come on in to the barbecue. Happy Saturday. Let's get ready to feed the ducks. Get on in. Tell me that you're in. Let me know that you parked your car, got your plate ready to take it home with some food on it, and that you're going to contemplate on it, right? Tells us more time for contemplation, what we learn each day. Excuse me. Still getting over this little thing. But guess what, y'all? It didn't keep me down. Godspeed, right? Y'all remember that? Godspeed, God's strength. How about it? Auntie Richetta says, good morning, Butterfly. And nephew is missing. Nephew about to get it. Right, y'all? Miss Brenda says, great everything, great people. It's the weekend, baby. Auntie Cheddar says, good morning, everyone. Like how she does it. She does it just for us, and then she tells y'all. How about that? Come on, y'all. Get your groove on. Let me see you. Y'all gonna have to come in some mornings. I need some volunteers to come in just as we get our groove on. Then I'll let you go. Can't just be me up here, especially when Brandon is out. All right, y'all. Let's stop this and get going with this barbecue. How y'all doing this morning? How was your yesterday? Oh, gosh. Whew. Thank you for that. I needed that, y'all. Miss Brenda says, grooving with you, Tammy. All right, Miss Brenda, you going to come in one morning and groove with me? Just let me see your groove, and then we'll get you on out if you don't want to stay in. All right? So, y'all, we are at what day are we at? Let's see. Yeah. 2:30. I mean, why do I keep saying 2:30? 2:48. 2:48. And I'm going to go ahead and get our topic out and our quote. So we may have some new people coming in, so we have to be respectful and kind and let them know why we do this. Why are we here every morning? You know, why can't I sleep beyond? Y'all, even if I wanted to, I don't think I could not do this. I don't know how I'd feel. I think I'd just be laying up in bed awake, thinking, well, I should do it anyway because I'm awake. It's become a part of me, right? And I love it. I was up reading a little bit this morning, and I'll share something with you guys, hopefully, if time permits, before I get off, that reminded me of us, of what we're doing in this, right? Excuse me. So hopefully I'll get to share it. But let's go ahead and get this baby started. Daily motivations for African American success. Daily motivations for African American success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead you to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short but powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, who is also the author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes. But more importantly, you guys, also when to say no. And I believe always when to look inward for answers to life's challenges. I think we should always go inward for everything, not just our challenges, right? But even the things that move us. We should always look inward. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans, such as, but certainly not limited to, Malcolm X, Marion Wright Elderman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Gout, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year. But what it teaches us, you guys, will and should, I add that word, last a lifetime. Black Enterprise says that each affirmation in this valuable and thought provoking book, I'll show you this way because mine is messed up, takes only a few minutes to read, but it is worthy of more time for contemplation. So let's get right into it. I'm going to see here what is happening just to make sure that kiddo is all right because he's texting me, you guys. It's live. I'm sorry. Just bear with me here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I did. Hold on, you guys. 1 second for me. He's having trouble getting in here. Um, I hate this. I had trouble getting in this morning myself. Had to reboot to get everything started, but it's how it happens, you guys. It's how it happens sometimes. Here we go. All right. Here we go, Mr. Brandon. All right, so he should be in soon. We'll get it going. Sorry about that, you guys. Just technical difficulties morning. Um, so let's jump right on in. Let's see who's come in. We got some more comments. My yesterday was busy. Had some unexpected faucet repairs. Thank God I had the money. How about that? Amen. There you go, Miss Brenda. Thank God for the solution to whatever life presents to us, that we can see with that spiritual eye. And y'all, that's what I was kind of reading about this morning. I lost all of my notes. So somebody with an iPhone, I need help. I need help. Like, so I was searching for a way to get it back because that's where a lot of my important information is there in my notes. So, um, so in searching, I was trying to delete some things, and in searching for what I wanted to delete. Good morning, Brandon.
Good
Um,
morning.
I came across something, and that's what I'll do. I'll take pictures, and then I'll go back and read about things. And it was about the spiritual eye, and man, and so I went deeper and started reading a bit more about it. Um, then found some in the searching of how to correct my notes, get my notes back. I came across a video that was back in 2020 because I'm trying to delete things. And y'all, if I didn't need that video, so at that moment I was like, oh my God, here we go again. I'm not even worried. I'm worried about the notes. Like I want them, but hey, can't miss what you didn't even, some of the stuff I didn't even know that's in there. It was just some things are really important. It'll cause me to have to do some things, but hey, I'll do it. I'll do it. Nothing now I can do but do it to correct it. But so much came to me from that hiccup. So much growth. You know, they used to say when you're got the hiccups, you're growing, right? So much came from that little hiccup. So I can either dwell on the problem, like Miss Brenda says, had faucet repairs that she had to make, but thank God she had the money. You can dwell on the problem, or you can say, hey, what is the solution, right? And speaking of that, when I'm out in the field, my job is sales, right? I was listening to a video a couple of days ago, just trying to get my mind, make sure that I don't have all these pre judgments, maybe is a good word for that, that's blocking me while I'm out in the field. Like, these people don't want this, these people don't want this. I was listening to this video that I searched for, and searched for a video, and this one is the one that I actually listened to. And it was talking about solutions that we have to that you have to help people understand and see their problem, right? And it just can't be about your company being the best, or um all the they got me, we got the best products. No, you have to help the people see the problem, feel the problem, and then you have to give them the solution to the problem. And y'all, I went to work that day and I used it. And it had gotten to the point, and the little guy was saying, Miss Tammy, now, maybe I do need to have y'all out. Because I was like, it's more expensive for you to keep your windows. You know, you lose 30 to 40% of your energy through your windows. And you say you can't afford to get new ones, bro, you can't afford to keep old ones. Because you paying for new ones. You just paying MLG and W, and you waiting for them to come out and put you some new windows in. And on top of that, guess what's happening to your AC is what I said. I said, because if you lose 30 to 40% of your energy through your windows, so what do you lose your energy through? You know, what's grabbing your time, your mind space? What are you losing the energy or the spirit that's in you? What's causing you to lose it? What's your 30 to 40%? What is it going out to? And so I said, and on top of that, now your AC is going to run more. And guess what? You're going to have to replace it. Miss Tammy, I just had to replace my AC. So guess what? You have to replace it again if you don't fix them windows. But you say you can't afford it, right? Choice is yours. What you want to do, right? Sign me up, right? So I'm like, you got to help them see the problem. Same with us. Brandon says, what you don't reveal, you don't heal. So what percentage of you is going out, and how? May not be the window, maybe the door, right? Who is it going out to, and why? Why? So, Brandon, good morning. I
Good
did
morning,
send a
sweetie.
link, so I don't know when
Yeah,
when
I didn't
I
have
when
any.
I guess what we should do going forward. Say I got it. Check something that way. If you
Okay,
don't
gotcha,
get it, you know, if
gotcha,
you don't get
gotcha.
it, then I know. Otherwise, I just assume you have it. But welcome. I actually had problems getting in this morning. I was a little bit worried, but I restarted the computer and just said, hey, if I can't get on, I'll just use my phone. But it actually finally did let me in. So here we are. Thank God for that. Miss Brenda says faucet went out, but thank God I had the money. Had
Right.
a little trouble, but thank God we are here. Mike says, good morning, everyone. All right, Brandon, I've already read us in. So
Okay.
if you want to just pick up on, we're at day 248, October,
Fifth,
where are we?
October 5th.
5th. Okay.
Yep, you got
For
it
some
right.
reason,
Cultural
I got it
diversity.
right. Okay. I don't know, for some
Yep.
reason, y'all, I was half asleep when I set this up last night. So I don't know why it doesn't ring a bell to me.
Well, today's title, as y'all heard just now, is Cultural Diversity on this October the 5th. Boy, time is going. This year's coming to a close pretty soon. Cultural diversity, and our quote comes from none other than Janet Jackson, Miss Nasty, or Miss Janet, if you're nasty, right? She used to say, she said, "In our complete darkness, we are all the same. It is
Hmm.
only our knowledge and wisdom that separate us. Don't let your eyes deceive you. In our complete darkness, we are all the same. It is only our knowledge and wisdom that separate us. Don't let your eyes deceive you. We may have an inner circle of support, but we also we are also a part of a larger community. Humanity is interconnected. The keynote of harmony throughout the universe is we are one. The buzzword is unity. Regardless of race, creed, or color, unity is the basic theme. The word universe is derived from two Latin words meaning to turn into one. It depicts one coherent, cooperating system achieving unity out of diversity. We are one. Each of us is a single cell in the great mind of God. We are part of complex of loving system, a complex and loving system that binds us together. Our Creator instructs, behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Unfortunately, many people practice a belief in separation or disunity without being aware of it. For example, goodwill is unity, ill will is separation, love is unity, hate is separation, hope is unity, fear is separation. The following tale demonstrates the benefits of unity. One day, a little girl from an African tribe wandered off into the tall jungle grass. She couldn't be found, though the tribe searched for several days. Then a little boy got an idea. He suggested that everyone hold hands and walk through the grass together. Surprisingly, the girl was found, but due to her exposure to the damp evening air, she died. In his anguish and through tears, her little playmate cried, "If only we had held hands sooner.
Mm.
If only we would have held hands sooner." The end. And our affirmation for today is: today I will extend my hand in friendship or offer a hand of support to someone of a different background. Today I will extend my hand in friendship or offer a hand of support to someone of a different background. All right, over to you, Mom. What do you think about that?
I love it. I love it. This part here, regardless of race, creed, or color, unity is the basic theme. The basic theme, the word universe, is derived from two Latin words meaning to turn into one. I've never heard that before. Have you? I'm sure you have, Mr. Google. You have, haven't you? Hmm. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Yep.
I never have. Have you all? Y'all let us know. Means to turn into one. And Brandon reminds me of the word. What's that? You are my other me. What's the word?
In La Catch.
In
I am another
Laket.
you, you are another
I'm
me.
another you, you another me. Y'all, and this part about the young boy and the joining of the hands. If only we had held hands sooner, right? Imagine if we would join, if we would see people, regardless of race, right? If we don't prejudge based on race, like prejudge even ourselves, right? Even the people who look like us, and then of course other races based on what we've been told and what we think. Because as I said the other day, every white person is not against you, and not every black person is for you. And I'm saying that because of our title, what we're doing, Daily Motivations for African American Success, right? I think about the Free Angela documentary that I went to. Most of the people, if not all of the people who put up their houses and money to free Angela was Caucasian. I remember one white man in particular who gave a lot. I think about my soul sister who moved back to Memphis because she wanted to right a wrong that she felt her family played a part in. Right? She wanted to come back and help children, young people who look like me, right? And so if we're not careful, we'll become the people, the people, or a people, because I shouldn't say a people, a person who did play a part, proudly played a part, right? In slavery, in creating a mindset that some of us have, right? That we're not good enough. We can't do it. As one of these passages said, before, about the race, like we're starting 50 miles behind, only if you believe you are, right? And accept it, right? Because if you don't focus on that, and if you take someone's hand who is trying to take yours, as we mentioned, like what Miss Brandon was talking about driving up, even with family, There's somebody trying to bring you along, and not because they're better, maybe sometimes because they need the company. They need you just as much as they want you there. They need you with them there. It's not that they think that they're better or I can do it or I can show you. No, I need you. I don't want to do this by myself. When I get there, I want family there. I want friends. I want people that love me and that I love. So if only this says if only we had held hands sooner. Imagine that. A life could have possibly been saved. If only we would stop fighting one another, take hands, right? And know that we are all part of, it says we have an inner circle of support, but we are also part of a larger community. If you lose, I lose, right? If I lose, you lose. Because it's going to come to a point, the way the world is looking today, what are we going to have? If y'all are not noticing the sense of, oh my gosh, just nothingness, if that's a word, right? Nothingness that's in people. And when there's so much greatness in them. But if you look in the eyes of people today, notice what you see. And maybe they need somebody to just take their hands. But again, maybe somebody is trying and they won't hold their hands, right? So, Brandon, I love this one as it promotes unity. UNITY, right? We are the world. We are one. Remember
Yeah.
that song? I think about that as well.
Yeah,
You know,
we rarely have songs like that anymore that
if
get
so
any
many people
big
continue,
attention.
like what's gonna happen to us? Yeah. So over to you, Brandon.
Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. You hit a couple points that I was that stood out to me as well. The about the universe, um, you know, just from a etymology standpoint, I remembered that it came from that Latin word universum, which meant to turn toward one, turning towards one, right? Like reverse, right? Universe, reverse is like we're going towards something or going back to something. And in my mind, it kind of means back to one. I don't know if you guys know about this, but
Hmm.
in part of part of the theories of the universe, specifically, I think with Einstein's theory of relativity, um, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if you believe in the Big Bang, right, the Big Bang theory, or some form of creation where there was a bang and everything, the universe expanded. The entire universe is constantly moving out. I don't know if you guys know about that, but the universe is actually, and the matter within it is moving out from one seemingly central point, right? That's what gave them that idea or that theory that everything came from one small one small thing that created a big bang, and that also eventually the universe, I don't know how many trillions and trillions and zillions of years this may take, but eventually it said that the universe will stop expanding, come to a still, and then start to retract, right? Like every equal opposite reaction. It's like jumping in a pool. That wave is going to push all the way down to the wall. Excuse me. And then a wave is going to come back, right? An equal opposite reaction. So everything will come back into one. I just thought that was compelling. Another thing is, if only, well, I'll say this: injustice anywhere. It made me think of that quote: "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Right? And how does that happen? Well, for example, we had the situation that happened in with this recent hurricane, right? We had this recent hurricane that injured, killed, and a lot of people's lives, and destroyed a lot of property, billions and billions of dollars worth of property, right? And the people whose families lost everything are receiving a whopping $750 from the government. I'm talking about people that lost houses, people that lost cars, people that lost family members, people who lost pets and dogs, fields of crops and agriculture that they had done and planted, waiting for harvest, all gone, and those American citizens are receiving a whopping $750 from their government. That's probably less than they pay in taxes, right? But at the same time, at the very same time, the United States government has been giving billions and billions, over $200 billion in a year in foreign aid. Billion, right? And there's money for that. There's money for war. There's money to spend on killing children. There's money to send to a country that has more millionaires per capita than any other country in the world, including ours. There's money to send billions of dollars to a country that has free healthcare, as people are still here struggling. There's money to send billions of dollars to a place that has free education, to a place to where people in my age group are drowning in college debt, right? And student loan debt. But we didn't give a damn, by and large, right? Enough to do anything about it when we saw those billions going over to pay for 5,000, 10,000 pound bombs, ton bombs. We said generally, there were some, but the vast majority would not give up their comfortability, right? We spoke about this some time before. And so that injustice over there that we thought was so far away has now expanded to a larger conflict involving 7 to 10 countries. You know, Russia just said to get their citizens out of this country, the country known as Israel, occupied Palestine. And so those, and that's just one conflict. I'm not talking even about Ukraine. I'm not even talking about, but on this in the entire world, we have to, especially as Americans that have such global influence, right, on popular culture, on geopolitics, we have to be cognizant of our responsibility and of where our dollars are going and what we support. Because if we support injustice somewhere else, know that there's an equal and opposite reaction that will happen here. And so we had money over there for war, but now the people that have been made poor, we have no money for, right? The Americans get 750, where because in FEMA and the Department of Homeland Security said we have no more money. We don't have any more money. That was the first hurricane of the year, and we have no more money to support another hurricane and another hurricane, which we know will come because this is the beginning of the hurricane season. So you see how, and this is just in one place, how the injustice we supported elsewhere now comes back home. How many homeless people could we have put in a home if we had just held hands sooner? How many people that lost their homes could have some type of of alleviation of their burden had we held hands sooner? How many mothers and children wouldn't be inside of shelters if we had held hands sooner, right? How many children wouldn't be in cages at the border if we would have held hands sooner, right? How much have we lost by not holding hands, right? So take that in stride as of now and understand that when you see an injustice anywhere, if you know about it, you should do all that you can. If you can't, in Islam, one of the hadith, excuse me, y'all, I'm still recovering a bit. But if you see an injustice, if you can stop it with your hand, stop it with your hand. And if you can't stop it with your hand, speak out against it. And if you can't speak out against it, then hate it in your heart. But know that just hating it in your heart is the least form and the weakest form of belief. Just to see and be like, oh, that's too sad. That's too sad. And you guys will sit there and pray to God and expect something to come. You think God is a vending machine that you just pray? You put a prayer in and hit your little button and he pops out a blessing. No, the best of us, as far as the prophets, were tested greatly with loss of life, property, fear of poverty, right? But when they saw injustices, what did they do? And these were our examples. These aren't just pretty fables and words and parables for us to sit and contemplate about and to love in our hearts. No, that's the same thing. To hate it in your heart and do nothing is equal to loving something in your heart and to not be actionable in the way that you love. Love is an action word. It's not just a little fuzzy feeling, right? Love should compel you to action. And if you love yourself, and if you love your neighbor as you love yourself, then you won't, like I said yesterday, you won't let them go hungry if you have the knowledge of it. Well, now you have knowledge that your neighbors are hungry. And what did you do? Did you speak up? Did you do you feel powerless? It didn't take anything to call your congressman. It didn't take anything to write an email to your representative. It didn't take anything. But don't you know, I'm sure some of y'all talked about Diddy and his situation. I'm sure you called somebody and talked about, you know, some other drama that's going on that don't make any sense. I'm sure some of you guys called and talked about the football game. That's so damn important, isn't it? Right? But what you didn't talk about, but what you didn't say, but what your heart didn't beat for was your brother on the other side of the world that you could have held hands with, right? But when we go through something, oh, everybody help me. I can't believe there's no support for me. I can't believe no one's helping me. I'm in a hard time. Can I borrow some money? Can I borrow your ear? I need someone to talk to, right? So all of whatever we put out comes back. And if you don't put anything out, what do you expect to get back?
Boomerang, Brandon.
Right? So I just wanted to put that on our radar, because if you don't care about bombs destroying families and shredding children to bits, to where the children that are alive, the most common thing that they say is they just want to die in these in this particular place, that they just want to die in one piece. They don't want to be shredded. They don't want to be beheaded by bombs. They don't want white phosphorus to drop on their bodies to where it eats through their skin all the way to the bone. Something, a type of bomb that's illegal under international law, but we provide, right? If you don't care about that, then first off, expect for those same bombs to come to this country, and then don't expect for others to help you. I don't know if you guys know this, but do you know that there was a letter that Osama bin Laden supposedly wrote that came out shortly after September 11th, right? Maybe a year or so later. And in the letter, which was circulated around TikTok here more recently with the next generation who had not seen that letter, but I remember it being younger and reading it. Osama bin Laden's reason that he said for attacking the United States government was their support for the said country that I mentioned earlier, and the billions of dollars that we were sending over there, that was creating destabilization in the region, that was creating racism, white supremacy, the equivalent of lynchings in that region. And he said, because you and the United States are a democracy, you all are the ones voting for this to happen. You guys have power to change it, power to make it happen, power to vote yes or no as individuals. If you say that you are a democracy, then your people are responsible. And so when that letter recently came back out, in October of last year, it was kind of resurfaced in the generation that had not been born yet in 2001, had started to read it for the first time. And much of that generation said, oh my God, we are the problem. We have been the problem. That we are sponsoring the terror of the next generation. That our terrorism is, we put that out as a country or as a people and have not done anything about it. And now, how many children have lost parents? How many kids have lost siblings? How many uncles have lost nieces and nephews? How many fathers have lost daughters and wives? And do you think that that hate and that discontent will not come back to us? I have children, small children, so I'm in particularly worried about those things as I see us all going about our lives, picking food and getting fruit from fruit out of season and enjoying ourselves in the lap of luxury as we still complain. But
About it.
there will about everything. But there will come a day, and I'm telling you, there will come a day of reckoning for you and for me. I'm speaking to myself first. There will come a day of reckoning where we will say, like this little boy said, I wish we would have held hands sooner. So grab somebody by the hand today. Somebody from a different culture, somebody from a different place in life. Somebody that maybe didn't grow up speaking the same language as you. That immigrant or migrant that you see as competition for your jobs, understand that they're probably running away from a war that your dollars funded, right? Destabilizing South America, Mexico, whatever. Why are they running from that? You think these people want to leave their country? They want to leave the place where they were born, where everyone where they know, and the things that they love and grew up on? No, they're escaping war that was caused by and large the United States, our money. So think we have to think outside of the things. There's so many reasons for us as a human race to come together to fight against the evil among us, right? There's so many reasons for us to come together, but you know what they do? The powers that be profit off of your division. They profit off of, oh, I
Lord.
don't mess with him because he Republican. Oh, I don't mess with her because she's Democrat. Oh, I don't mess with them because they Mexican. Oh, I don't mess with them because they white. Oh, I don't mess with them niggas because man. Oh, I don't mess with that trailer park trash because dang.
They don't live over here. They got a wrong
Exactly.
zip code, you know.
So
So
or I don't mess with them because they Muslim. I don't mess with them because they Christian. I don't mess with them because they're Jewish. Happy Rosh Hashanah to all my Jewish brothers and sisters out there, the ones that actually that keep the Torah and practice their faith, not the Zionists. I ain't talking about y'all. But there's so many reasons for us to come together and to not be divided. It is because we have the common denominator. We have a common denominator to fight. But until we realize that, and once we keep getting pitted against each other and we keep fighting each other, we won't realize the common denominator. But if we hold hands, we can save lives. If we hold hands, we can save marriages. If we hold hands, we can save families. If we can hold hands and walk together in the same direction unilaterally, we can save our communities. All right. So don't let your soul, your heart, your family, your children, your neighborhoods, your community, your city, your nation, the next generations fall to the wayside because you weren't willing to give up a little bit of that comfortability, to give up a little bit of that free-handedness to hold somebody else's hand and walk with them. So do as it says today as we come to a close, if you're okay with that, Mom.
yeah, yeah.
Do that today as we read our affirmation today. And today I will extend my hand in friendship or offer a hand of support to someone of a different background. And by background, I
I was
mean,
gonna,
go ahead.
good.
You
I was
say, you
going.
go ahead.
I was going. No, I just
Go ahead.
wanted to put focus on. It didn't say color, right?
Mm-hmm.
Background. There's a difference. So y'all take time. I have a bit more to say, but I got to jump out of here. So this is where it comes in, and what is it that you want, and are you going to take the time to go back and listen to this if you don't have the book, and spend more time contemplating on it, right? So background. It didn't say race, age, anything. It said background because y'all, that's where we sometimes our background we can allow it to have us get stuck, right? And whole nother
Right.
conversation going on. But just wanted to do what you were going to do just then, Brandon, is be mindful, you guys, of the word background in that affirmation.
Right. Right. So that's all we got for you today, guys. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Mom, before we jump off of here? Before we feed them
We'll,
ducks?
we'll check the comments real quick and make
Yeah.
sure we got everybody's in. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes we forget that. Miss Brenda says the 7 words, if only we had held hands sooner, holds
Mm-hmm.
a deep amount of meaning and power. I put out there injustice to anyone, just change it up a bit. Injustice to anyone is a threat to justice to everyone, to us all, you guys, to us all. If only we had held hands sooner. I put out there again, we are one. Big Mike says B2G, better together. Division is the fastest way to slow down multiplication.
Mm.
B2G. And then Miss Brenda says holding hands sooner would truly make America great. To this day, we still have not achieved this so-called greatness some feel we had before. And y'all, we have so much. We have so much, and it's like the more we get and the more that we think we have, the dumber we get, the less appreciative and grateful that we are for our blessings. And so if you don't have it for you, you can't have it for someone else. If you're not holding the hands of the ones behind your walls, your doors, your family, right? The ones who want to take your hand, right? Sometimes we'll grab hold of someone else's hand and forget the person who's had our hand all the way through and who needs it, right? So, cultural diversity doesn't mean to me about it's not a race thing because we divide people based on money, what they
Yeah.
have, what they wear, what they look like, where they live, what kind of job they have, the title of the job, what kind of car they drive, who they're married to, their status.
Imagine if we broke all those divisions down. Imagine if you saw the person that had a different economic status than you, had a different religion than you, had a different hair texture than you, as the same,
Yeah.
right? A different gender than you, if you saw them as the same. Imagine how much we would multiply. I like what Mike said. Division, even mathematically, is the fastest way to slow down multiplication, right? Either that or multiply by 0. And that can't happen because we all worth something. We all worth something. So as you go about your day, y'all, take the hand of somebody in friendship and offer a hand of support to someone of a different background. So, Mom, let's go ahead and get those ducks going as we go ahead and close out here. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us again on another 7 a.m. an episode of the End This Season podcast. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Practice a little bit of cultural diversity.
Yeah. Miss Brenda says all those things just mentioned, Tammy, is why we are not great. And if you guys, somebody remind me to share with you guys tomorrow what I was hoping to share today, what I read this morning. Somebody remind me tomorrow if I forget. So you guys be great. We're going to feed these ducks. Brandon, do you have any more?
No, y'all just go be great. Go be great. Go live up to what you actually believe in. Don't take the side of comfortability. Don't be willing to make sure that you're willing to sacrifice a little bit for a lot of good. All right? Love y'all. Peace.
Brandon, you gotta do it.
Oh, I'm writing notes. I'm trying to remind you for the moment.
What?
Yeah.
Don't forget when I send you the link. Whoa, you got the old composition. Let me see that black and white composition, boy. Oh, never even went back to grade school. Those books been around a long time.
Yeah, I got a lot of them too filled up.
They were required. Y'all live in y'all need to go to Walmart. Walmart got food supplies, folders marked down. I bought so many yesterday. They're like 25 cents. You can't beat that. Notebooks, dividers, all that. You need something for your business or something you're working on, go get them. You might go up there to Walmart for those. All right, y'all, we got to get out of here.
All right, y'all take care.
Go be great.